Hi everyone, I'm Catherine, the Needleberry Stitcher. Today is Saturday, July the 6th, and I'm here to do a quick update on what I've been working on. I guess mostly what I worked on in June. Kind of not a totally monogamous month, but I haven't got a lot of projects to show. But I do have a couple of things. I had 2 new starts and an update on one of my projects I did on Monogamous May, and a few purchases I can, stash acquisitions that I can show you today. So I'll jump right into it. The first project that I'm going to show you is it's a Luca-S kit, and it's called Portrait of Girl. It's also referred to sometimes as Girl Selling Flowers. And this is what it looks like. And I worked on this one in May, monogamously in May. So I got quite a bit done in May on it. And then I required myself to finish the top row of 3 pages in the kit before I would allow myself to start anything new. So that's what I did. I went ahead and finished the top row of pages. And this is where I got to on that one. I love the detail in her face. I think she's very, very stunning. And from a distance, I've looked at her from across the room before where I had her laying out, and I looked and, I mean, it just looks like a portrait, like a painting. So that's her face up close. I love her eyes. I love her face. Just absolutely beautiful. There was a little bit of monotonous stitching in the background because this, as you can tell, it's all stitched up here, but it's all almost the same color as the fabric. So that did kind of get a little bit monotonous at times, but what I finished in May was pretty much I got to the other side of her face, and I mostly just had some background over here. And that's what I worked on and got finished up before the end of June. Actually, I might have worked on it a little bit into July. Just a day or 2 in July. Sorry, I keep showing her because I don't want to put it down. She's just so beautiful. So I'm going to be pulling her out again for sure this year. I did start a couple of other projects that I also want to continue working on, but she definitely is one that I would like to see finished. I don't know if I can get her done this year. I haven't had as much time to stitch, mostly because of work and commitments at work. So I haven't been stitching quite as fast or getting as many, and I don't count my stitches anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. So I don't know exactly how many stitches that I'm doing per month, but so the thing is that I want to finish her, but I also want to get Beauty and the Beast back out and finish working on that one too, which again, that's another one that I don't think I could get done. Even if I monogamously stitched on it, I don't know if I could get it done this year, but that one, so Beauty and the Beast and Girl Selling Flowers, or Portrait of Girl, I would really like to get those ones done. I don't want to put a deadline on it, but they're like focus pieces. I guess that's how a lot of stitchers refer to them, as their focus pieces. So that's the first one I want to show you. I have to figure out where to put stuff. I have not a lot of shelf space here next to me. Okay. The next one is a new start, and it's one I hadn't necessarily planned on starting, but it's the latest Mirabilia pattern that came out, and it's called Pretty in Pink, and it's MD 194, and when it was released on June 15th, I saw it and immediately thought, I really want to do that one. It doesn't look super huge. Like, when I looked at it, I was like, okay, I checked the dimensions on it and it will fit on a fat quarter. But it actually, I think is, now that I've started it, it's a little bigger than I thought it was going to be. But still, I think it's going to be really pretty when it's done. So I'm going to just have to unroll this just a little bit to show you the whole thing, because I have it on my scroll frame. Take just a second or two. Actually, I'm going to open it right up. I'm going to take it off the scroll frame. And the reason I'm going to take it off the scroll frame is I want to show you the gorgeous fabric that I chose for it. The fabric that I chose is from Oak Crown Studios. If you're familiar with Oak Crown Studios, then you know that Fiber Arts Amy is the owner of Oak Crown Studios. I'm having trouble with this frame. Okay, sorry, technical difficulties. I'm going to show you this fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think this is right side up. Okay, look at this fabric. I'm not going to turn it to the sun. I have a light over there. I think you can see the colors pretty accurately. It's a beautiful green with pink. Can you see the pink in it? It's not white. I don't know if you can see it, if it looks pink or white. It's not white though. Sometimes when I look at it in the sun, it looks a little bit white, but in the right lighting where it's not washed out, it's actually a beautiful pink color. I think you can see the pink in it, but it's absolutely beautiful. And this was a special fabric that Amy gifted to me. She called it Needleberries. It was so sweet of her. We met up at Stitch North and she had made a special fabric for everybody at our table. And each one that she made, she named after the person and put a lot of thought and planning into what the color schemes would be for each fabric. So she made one for Lucky Chance Stitcher, and she made one for Allie Z is Crafty. She made a special fabric for Stitch and Shorty. Anyway, she made mine. She called it Needleberries because I'm Needleberry Stitcher. And her reasoning for choosing the beautiful green and pink pastel colors, she said it was because, she said this in our last video, she said it was because you could stitch any beautiful fancy lady with a beautiful dress on it. And she's so right. So as soon as the Pretty in Pink came out and was released, immediately my first thought was, I can use Needleberries fabric for that and it would be perfect. Imagine what her, like, just look and see what, let me see if I can hold it up together. All right, I'm not very organized, I apologize. But let's see if I can hold it up on a board. Make it a little easier. I need to get some of those little clips for people who hold up their stuff on a board. Okay, imagine her on this fabric. The pink dress, the beautiful pink colors. There's like a muted light. It looks kind of green. It's actually kind of like a dusty green. When I pulled the colors, it looks green on the cover photo, but they're actually a little bit more like brownie greens or mossy greens. But that's gonna look beautiful with the greens and the pinks in the dress on the green and pink fabric. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I absolutely love it. And I'm so excited about this one. So I haven't gotten very far. I mean, I've only just, this right here is her face right here. I don't know if you can see where she's looking at the card, her arm, and this is her neckline. I started in the center and just worked my way up, and I got up to the top of her hair, and I'm gonna do the ribbons in her hair next, and then work my way down again. Amy has just finished dyeing a whole batch of this Needleberries fabric, and seeing that it is absolutely stunning for the Pretty in Pink Mirabilia that was just released, I would say head on over to her website, oakcrownstudios.com, type in Needleberries in the search, and it'll bring up the Needleberries fabric. So that is Pretty in Pink, and thank you, Amy, for the fabric. It was just such a beautiful gift, and I'm so glad that I found something to use it on so quickly. Okay, and then my last one that I started is a dimensions kit, and I just started it on the 4th of July. It's a patriotic dimensions kit. It's called Flight of Freedom. I showed this in my kit parade. It's a Dimensions Gold Collection kit. The artist is Ruane or Ruan or Rain, or anyway, that's the name right there. R-U-A-N-E, Manning. And it says it's copyright 2002, so it's been out for a long time. It's not that hard to get. I got it on eBay. So in my kit parade, my last video, I had showed this where I had pulled out the patterns, and I had bought just the used kit, and all that was provided, like there were no materials, there was no fabric, there was no threads, it was just a used pattern. And it ended up being 2 patterns that someone had. I guess they stitched it twice, but it came in the case, and the 2 patterns were inside the case when I opened it up, but they were very tattered. And when I went through it in my kit parade video, I was thinking I could probably tape them or photocopy them, or between the 2 of them find like sections of each one that were salvageable. But I actually found that because they both were folded on the same lines, I mean, when you get the pattern, it's folded. Well, whoever had used those patterns had folded it on the same lines on both of them. And it looked like there were spots that I couldn't see the symbols anymore. So, and it was torn in a lot of places and I couldn't see the symbols there, and they were torn in almost the same spots in both patterns. So I went back out on eBay and I found another one that was the full kit, and it had everything in it. It had the threads and the fabric, and I decided to go ahead and start that one instead. It's unfortunate because I didn't pay full price for the kit with the 2 patterns in it, like the used patterns. I probably paid like $15 or like between $15 and $20 total with shipping and everything, but kind of a bummer that I couldn't use the patterns. And I'm not going to bother going back to the seller. It's been a while since I bought it, so I'm fine with just going out and getting this. I think I found this one, it was less than $40. And for a 2002 kit, I think that's pretty good. I think it was like around, I think with shipping, I don't think I paid more than $35, $37, something like that with shipping. So anyway, the point is that I started it on 4th of July, and it was a start along with Alicia from Adventures in Stitching. She had told me before, she said, hey, I have that kit too, we should start it together. And I was like, sure, we should. Why don't we do it on July 4th? And that was, I don't know, several weeks ago. So then last week it was like, hey, you still want to do it? She was like, sure, I'm ready to go. So the night of July 3rd, what was that, Wednesday of last week, I stayed up and I sorted the threads and I got them all put on floss drops, and I cut out I always photocopy the symbols, the color, the code, the key, and I do little punched thread drops, and I put the holes in it, and then I sort the threads and put them on the floss drops, and I mark on it whether it's a full cross or a half cross and how many threads, and a lot of that stuff's in the key anyway, so I just cut out the key and tape it on. If you want to know how I sort my Dimensions kits threads, I have a video on that. It's kind of old. It's a couple years ago. I did one. It's like organized thread organization for kits, or I can't remember, I should know. But anyway, if you look back in my history of my videos, there's one that's thread organization or kit thread organization or something like that. And I go through and I kind of walk through how I pull out a couple of my kits and how I do them a little differently, depending on how the design, the pattern is delivered. Because some of the older kits, the key is different than some of the newer kits. So I don't know, I just figure out whatever works for me and whatever works for the thread drops. And I usually take the time to tape the key onto the thread drop and the number and the color, because later if I have extra left over, I can take those thread colors and use them on another design, or if I run out of the threads on one kit, then I can pull from my Master Dimensions kit stash and pull them from there. White and black are usually pretty good in those kits, and they're very consistent. So anytime I have white or black left over, those are perfect ones to use in other projects. Because white is white and black is black. So even if it's like a Mirabilia or something else, you can use other threads. You don't have to always use DMC or Anchor or whatever. So I like the black that comes in the Dimensions kits, especially the older ones. I find that the coverage is really good. So anyway, without further ado, let me show this again. This is the design. I'm very chatty today. Chatty Cathy. I used to have a teacher that called me Chatty Cathy. And then there was another girl that we looked a lot alike. Her name was Katie, but she thought that her name was also Kathy, so she also got the nickname from the same teacher, Chatty Cathy. And she used to complain about that. She's like, I'm Katie, I'm not Kathy. And I'm like, well, I'm Catherine. So we're both getting called Chatty Cathy, and I don't even have that doll. I never did. And this is still chatting. This is how far I got. I started in the middle, right here, and worked my way over and did the head and worked down here and did a little bit here and finished. I think down here, this is all going to be more browns down here. And then I worked my way up a little bit into the flag. And these are going to be stars. And they don't look like stars. They look like rectangles, but the back stitching on them, you do white in the rectangles and then the back stitch, the back stitching makes the star shape. So I haven't finished his eye yet. I need to finish his eye and then backstitch, and then I thought it'd be kind of fun to start with his face, because then the rest of the time I'm working on it, I kind of have a focal point. Like, I have to come up with a name. I was gonna ask my husband to help me name the bird, but I don't know. What's a good eagle name? I don't know. What's coming to mind is Fredbird, which is the mascot for the St. Louis Cardinals team. They're Cardinals and this is an eagle, so I don't know. We'll come up with something. So those are the only 3 things that I worked on. I can show you a few things that I have purchased. I think in my kit parade I mentioned that I had a few kits that I was still waiting on. They were still waiting to be shipped, and those finally arrived. And I also got a couple of, what did I get? I got a couple of fabrics, I think. Yeah, I did. I got a couple of fabrics. I'll play my fabrics first. They're still in the plastic. I don't know if I'll take them out. I might have to, because it might be a lot of glare. I should probably take them out of the plastic anyway, because it's not good for them. But I went on to Etsy and I was just glancing. I wasn't gonna buy anything, right? We only ever just go and look. We're never actually gonna buy anything. Well, I did. I ended up buying 2 fabrics from Hand Dyed by Rolanda, because her fabrics are gorgeous. So the first one is, both of them are opalescent. The first is a 32 count opalescent Lugana, and it doesn't have a name. I think it's just a one-off dye. It has a number, but it doesn't have a name. But it's a beautiful blue, swirly purple and blue. Let me hold it up this way. There. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Absolutely. And that's pretty true. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in it or not. If I fold it in half, you can see the sparkle. A little bit. Oh yeah, you can see a little bit of the sparkle in there. Really pretty. I don't have a lot of opalescent fabrics, and I don't know. I tend to buy a lot of purple fabrics. Purple and pink and blue. Because you could do just about any Mirabilia on purple, pink, and blue. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And then the second one that I got is also, it has a number, it doesn't have a name. And it's also a 32 count opalescent Lugana. Both of these are fat quarters. And this one, I'll hold it up. I'll hold it all the way up and then I'll fold it in half again. Another one that has really pretty swirls in it. And I'll hold it a little bit closer. There. You see the sparkles? Oh yeah, you can see some sparkles, I think. I just, so pretty. I was thinking about Petal Fairy for this one, but I don't know yet. Haven't made any decisions on what I will stitch on either of these. I just thought they were really pretty. And I usually don't make it out to Rolanda's Etsy shop. I think she posts new fabrics on Thursdays and I never make it out on Thursday, so I actually made it there on a Friday, I think. It was a Friday or Saturday and I was like, oh, she still has some left. And they were exactly the colors and the opalescent and the fabric count. So those 2 things I got. Pardon me while I reach. I have a little thing over here with some stuff on it. The next set of things that I am going to show are some kits that I was waiting on. So the first one I'm going to show, it's a Joan Elliott kit from Dream Dancer. Joan Elliott designed it. There's a year, I don't see a year on it, but it's called Oh, it's called Dream Dancer. Hold on. Design Works is the, usually Design Works, they put Design Works on the top of the kit, but this one they didn't. They put the name of it. It's called Dream Dancer. And this is what it looks like from Joan Elliott. It's really pretty. I loved her face. This one, she looks like she's so happy and joyful. And I like Southwestern art. My husband and I both have collected some Southwestern art over the years. So like we have a living room. It's like formal living room, but it's not really formal. It just happens to be not the room where we have like a TV room, and then we have like another living room that we never use. But that's like our formal living room. And we have a lot of artwork in there, and it's styled with Southwestern type stuff. So anyway, I loved this when I saw it. I'd never seen it before. And I think it was only $10 on eBay. And I was like, oh, $10, I have to have that. And it has beads in it too. So in the design, there's a whole bunch of blue beads. I think it's all along here are blue beads, and then all up here. So these are not blue beads, those are stitches. I thought for a second maybe those were beads too, but anyway, again, I just love her face. Oh, she's so pretty. This one is a Busilla kit. It's a stocking, and it's designed by Ruth Moorhead from 2012, and it's called Gifts from Santa. It is out of print, terribly difficult to find, but I got a tip from another stitcher, thank you, on where to find it. And so yeah, I was able to go out, and I think the website had a couple of them left, and so I was able to get one. It's really cute. I just love Santa in this one. And the children. Really cute little kitty over there. Yeah, so this one I'd like to start this year. And then this one I found, it's also another out of print Dimensions kit. And it's from 2004. The artist is Jane Madej. And it's called Sunflower Snowman. I haven't seen this one too much on eBay. This one I also found on a website, on a cross-stitch website. Try not to get too much glare. Hopefully you can see it okay. It's so cute. I love the snowman, and I love that they're eating birdseed out of the hat. So that's another cute one. All right, I'm gonna have to reach again, sorry. Okay. I got off of eBay Dimensions Gold Collection Petite. It's called Cozy Cub. It's designed by, what's it designed by? It does not say the designer on it. Oh, it does. Joseph Houtman. And the year is 2011. Anyway, it's called Cozy Cub. Just that one. And this is again one that was sometimes I do a search on eBay, and I do a sort on lowest price plus shipping, like sorted lowest price first, just to kind of see what's out there. And I'll type in Dimensions Gold Collection and just see, and I think this was like $7 or $8. It was really cheap. A lot of these gold petites go for like $16, $17 now, the new ones. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And the next one I got is called Aurora. It's another out of print from 2012. The designer is Bente Schlick. I'm sorry, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. This is another one that usually goes pretty expensive on eBay. When it comes up, I haven't seen it out there a lot, but it usually goes pretty expensive. But I found it more reasonably priced on a cross-stitch website. I love that one. Sorry, getting some glare, but I love that. I would love to do that one. As I say about every single Dimensions kit that I have. I'd love to do that one. And then I show another one. Oh, I'd love to do that one. And wouldn't we love to do them all? We would. Another one I found on eBay. It was bundled. There were 2 kits, and the lady, I made an offer and she accepted the offer. It was actually, what was the other one? I don't know where I put the other one. I don't see it. I might have put it away already. Anyway, there were 2, and I'll have to find it. This one's called Birdhouse with Floral, and it's a Bucilla kit, Bucilla plaid, and it says it was inspired by the designs of Donna Dewberry. Birdhouse with Floral, that's what it's called. It's cute. I thought it was cute. I like the colors in it. I like the bird. There's that one. And then I found, it got a little bit crumpled in the mail, unfortunately, but it's called Winter Morning, and it's designed by Russell Cobain. And the year is 2013. And I thought this one, Winter Morning, would be a lovely companion piece for for Frosty Morning. So if I have Winter Morning and Frosty Morning together, Frosty Morning is the one with the horses that are drinking in the winter scene and next to a stream. So there's that one. You can see it got a little crumpled in the mail, but it's just the packaging. Everything inside is fine. It's never been opened. Still got the sticker and everything. Love that one. And then the last one that I got is a Bucilla Heirloom Collection kit called Southern Bells. And it's from 2009. This is what that one looks like. The beautiful dresses. That one I would love to do. I'd love to stitch this. I'd love to be in one of those dresses in that scene. This reminds me a lot of the collection of patterns by, what's her name that does Summer Ball? Her name's Sandy Littlejohns, I think her name is. And she does the whole series of different periodic, like period women and dresses. And like there's a garden one where they're in a garden, and then there's the Summer Ball, which is where they're at a ball. Summer Ball actually looks like a scene from Pride and Prejudice. The Colin Firth, Jennifer, who's the actress in that one? The one with Colin Firth. Anyway, that's my favorite version of Pride and Prejudice. And anyway, that scene reminds me of it. So I have that one all kitted up and I'm ready to go on that one, but I haven't started it yet. But this one too, I love. Just would love to be in a scene from that time. This isn't the same period, obviously, as Summer Ball, but just the big dresses, the flowy dresses. Okay. What do I have left? I want to do the giveaway. I already have the winner. I did random comment picker and got a winner for the giveaway. I'll do that after I show one more thing. So I recently moved my craft room to a new room in the last couple months, and we had a bedroom that we weren't using anymore, and like my kids had their own bedrooms and they've moved out, and we've kind of kept their bedrooms the way they are, but we had this additional room that the kids were using for kind of an extra space, like an office school kind of space for when they were in school, just so they didn't have to have everything, their desks and everything in their bedrooms, because their bedrooms were kind of small. So anyway, we had this set up as a little office, but now it's my craft room since my kids have moved out. And when I did that, I got my sewing machine out. I got a little sewing table, and it's actually like right in front of me here. And I was able to get my sewing machine on the sewing table, and it's out all the time now. So before, I never had my sewing machine out. It was always in the case in a closet, and thinking about getting my sewing machine out and setting it up, it was like always like, oh, I don't feel like getting it out, and I didn't have a space for it. I didn't have a workspace. Didn't really have a table for it. So now I have my sewing machine set up here in my room all the time. So, which I love, because even when I was working on my dimensions kit here, I was able to quickly come up and just serge, not serge, but like zigzag stitch the edge of it. It's like so fast. You know, like I came up and turned my machine on and oops, and I uncovered it and like, just like I could sew. I was like, what? This is like all you fun people who have your sewing machines all the time. And I was so jealous all the time that you could just sew whenever you wanted to. And so now I can. And so whenever I just need to sew something, I can just sew something. I know it's stupid. I know it's silly to be like, oh, I can sew, but I don't know. It's just a cool feeling to just have my sewing machine set up all the time. So I got really excited about, I can now maybe make some project bags. So I took my sewing machine to Joann's because they have a sewing center there, and they kept it for a week. They have a guy who comes in and he takes machines and services them and cleans them and tunes them and oils them and all the things. And because I haven't had that done probably, gosh, I don't know, maybe 20 years. And I haven't used it that much either in 20 years. So anyway, I thought it would be good to get it all tuned up. You know, it's like a car. It's like got a little engine in it. You gotta just tune it. You gotta get it oiled and get it all taken care of. So that's all good to go. And I thought I'm gonna make some project bags. So I went to Joann's, again, looking at some fabric one day. And you all know, if you've watched any of my videos before, you know how much I love horses. Horse kits, dimensions horse kits, any kind of horse kits, horses. Well, one of my favorite dimensions cross stitch, or any, I think he goes under Design Works. He's got several companies that he's licensed his art to, is Chris Cummings. Chris Cummings does the most beautiful artwork. And so there's a few kits from Dimensions that are Chris Cummings. Well, when I was at Joann's, and some of you know, I was talking about this in my kit parade, that my unicorn kit was Frosty Morning. And a beautiful friend gifted that to me, the kit. However, you can probably see it behind me here. You can see, where is it? Ooh, right there. That is Frosty Morning as a greeting card that someone had cut out or had kept or something. And I saw someone was selling it on eBay for $5 with free shipping. I'm like, I'll do that. And so I put it in a frame. Oh no, the frame came with it. The frame came with it for $5. And so, and this was before I ever had Frosty Morning as a kit, but I was always searching for Frosty Morning on eBay. And when that came up, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have it. I can't stitch it, but at least I can look at it. Well, when I was at Joann's, I also found fabric with Frosty Morning. This is the Frosty Morning right there, right here. I found the fabric. So I'm gonna make, I think it's got, is this Horses by a Stream also? I can't remember. That's not Horses by a Stream because that's not a winter scene. But this is another, and this is not Chris Cummings actually. This one, why did I say? This is Persis Clayton Weirs for this one, because he's the designer. But he does several other ones as well. But I think this is another. You can get this as a kit. I don't know who the manufacturer is. I don't think it's Luca-S, but I think it's one of the other Russian designer kits, or Russian designers, or not Russian, but European. I'm getting confused, so I'm just gonna stop talking. Anyway, beautiful fabric, Frosty Morning. So I have to make project bags so that when I start stitching Frosty Morning, I can put Frosty Morning in a Frosty Morning project bag. So that's why I got that one. And I bought some fabric to go with it as a inside. So I'll have Frosty Morning on the outside, and then I'll have, I thought this looked kind of like leather-ish. Maybe not leather, but like suede or something. It's not, it's cotton, but it just kind of has that look to it. And I thought that would go nicely with a horse theme. And also, this is the Chris Cummings fabric. This one here, that I also found at Joann's. And this one reminded me of some of the stallion or galloping horses kits that Chris Cummings has done. So this is Chris Cummings. So I thought I will make a Chris Cummings, when I start a Chris Cummings dimensions kit, then I'll have a project bag too. And I also, again, can use, I got extra of this fabric for the lining for the inside, which I thought also would go with the horses. So I'm gonna get busy at some point when I stop being so busy at work, and I'm gonna make some project bags. And I got some zippers. I just got brown zippers, I don't know. And I got a couple tutorials that I'm gonna watch at some point, and because I'm not sure exactly what dimensions to cut the fabric in order to make a project bag. I just need to kind of measure some of the project bags that I have, that the size of them. I dropped something. Okay, picking things up so my dogs don't come over and start licking them. Sorry, my dogs like to lick everything. Other than what I showed you, so yeah, that's project bags. Oh, and if I make extras, I might do them as giveaways if anybody would ever want. I don't know. Unless they turn out really wonky and terrible, then I wouldn't give them to anybody. But if I have some extras that I make, I might do some giveaways if anybody would be interested. I don't know. But for the giveaway from last time, not from last time, but from, this is not the giveaway. Where did the giveaway go? Where did it go? Ah, okay. So the giveaway from 2 videos ago was I had finished my Spring Quaker, which is this right here. I finished Spring Quaker, and it's a chart by Primrose Cottage. And since I finished it, I was going to give it away as, I am going to give it away. And I asked anybody who was interested to leave the word spring in the comment from that video. And so I'm giving away the pattern, and I'm giving away 2 of the flosses that I bought. These are Color and Cotton flosses, and the color is called Purple Iris. It takes 1 full skein plus a little bit of a second one. That's how much thread it took for me to do my version of this. So I already chose, I did the random comment picker and chose a winner. I found, I did the little random thing. So I'm going to put the video in here showing that I actually did do the random comment picker. And you'll see that the winner is Melody Hurley 6629. Congratulations, Melody. Please reach out to me. Send me a message. I'm Needleberry Stitcher on Instagram, or you can email me at needleberries@gmail.com. Both of those are in the description below this video. You can get my Instagram name, and you can also get my email address from there. Just send me a message. Let me know that you're the winner. If you can send me your mailing address, then I'll get these things put in the mail for you. So congratulations. So that's all that I have for this video, and thanks for joining me. Thanks for always being so supportive, and I love interacting with you all in the comments, and thanks for being my friend. Thanks for being my stitchy friend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful month of July. Bye for now.